would rather spray tan my butthole than get it waxed.
Smoking pot, riding a horse. It sounds fun.
It sounds fine. It sounds scary as heck to me, but yeah, it could be fun. Saddle or not, I've never been on a horse. I only ride horses side saddle anyways. M. Night. Knock it off.
That's going to be a shit.
You stop it right now. You stop it.
You stop.
You go to your room, M. Night Shyamalan. You go to your room.
Think about what you've done.
That's a bad M. Night. That's a bad M. Night.
Hello and welcome to episode 347 of the Nation Conversation. I'm here with the Fantasy Football Boys, Bill and Wally. What's up?
I'm your champion.
Current champion, Bill Cashin.
My best ever was second in this league.
I now have 2 of each.
When's the last time you got a... Well, you were good. Were you good last year?
Yeah.
Recently you were good, right?
I just haven't... I get in the playoffs and then I lose first round. That's what's been happening. Yeah.
Better than coming in last place every year. That's me.
My other league decided to do an actual punishment.
Oh, and what is that?
I think we're going to have the winner of the league decide the punishment, but we all had a couple. The main favorite was a white girl calendar. So, like, you would take pictures throughout the year doing various basic white girl bitch things.
Wow.
And then make a calendar out of it that everybody in the league would get. So that might be happening.
That person has to go to Walgreens, like, take these pictures.
Yep. Pumpkin spice lattes, like
they have to go to
apple orchard pictures. You know, you're wearing a American flag bikini for the 4th of July, that kind of thing. Yeah.
But guys are also there.
With White Claws. Yes. It would be. Let's see.
Would you hang this in your house?
No, I wouldn't hang it. I would have it, depending on who it was. Also depends on if I need a calendar.
Doesn't everyone need a calendar?
Yeah, everyone needs a calendar.
Doesn't everyone need a calendar?
Not really. What the fuck do I put on my calendar? I got nothing going on.
Things? Birthdays?
I should just put down...
I mean, just something to look at to know what day it is.
My phone does that.
It's nice when you see it all, like, on the wall, though. Welcome to Calendar Talk, a new podcast.
I have one at work. I don't have one at home.
Fantasy football. You want to talk about our fantasy football draft? Just had it?
I had a pretty good draft, I feel.
Yeah, I think you did. You took some wife beaters, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sure,
some rough...
Well,
there was only
rough picks.
There was one that I knew.
There was one you knew and one you didn't know?
One I didn't know, and
okay.
Like, looking at my list, I can't even tell who the other one was. Because I got Watson.
Yeah, we're making fun of Watson.
Yeah, he was the one I knew. I didn't know the other one, though, I don't think.
Yeah, you guys both, I think, had good drafts.
Yeah, I like Bills.
Bills.
Yeah, you taking James Robinson right before me, that made me mad.
Well, I mean,
get better
why
drafting.
don't you take him right before me? It's not like
2 more per
because 5 picks earlier.
I took Mike Evans
first.
Well, he wasn't going to be there on the backside.
Neither was James. You had to make a choice, and you did.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, so we did that. We had our fantasy football draft. So we'll...
Murray, how about the highlight of your draft?
Yeah. I drafted J.K. Dobbins at 3:30, and he was out for the year at 6 o'clock. a solid couple hours. So it was fun while it lasted, J.K. Thanks. Thanks for that. Thanks a lot. Actually, it should be John Harbaugh's fault, right?
Yes.
Technically, it's his fault.
Yes.
Yes, there it is. he defends Yusuf Dobbins. He only had 10 touches in the preseason. Well, he had one too many, Harbaugh. Jesus Christ. All right, so we'll probably...
Well, isn't that what they say about running backs, though? Of all the positions in football, it's
Use
the one
them a
that
lot.
needs the most reps.
Yeah.
The one that needs the most, to get their mind in the game.
Use him a lot. Especially, he's not even a rookie, but whatever. I'm going to get over it someday. So we'll probably talk about the league every once in a while, right?
Oh,
Since
definitely.
we're getting started
That's what
here.
we do, yeah.
That's what we argue about, yeah.
And we're already planning barbecues and things of that nature.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to do a Red Zone barbecue. Ghost Mike's listening and he wants to come out of the netherworld
He's
to...
dead.
Death.
He's dead.
if he wants to come out of the netherworld
Ask
again.
Hades if he could take a day off. And
Yeah. Ask Hades if he could...
leave hell for a day.
Yeah, just get out for one day, please. Bring the kids. Bring the kids. They can play on the playground. We'll watch football.
Actually, bring the kids and then Mike, you can go home.
We'll just hang out with your kids. All right. Wrestling time. The top story of the week was Adam Cole was being courted by WWE. They tried to pull was it the Clippers who cornered DeAndre Jordan and wouldn't let him out of his hotel room? Apparently WWE tried to pull one of those.
Oh, really?
Went to his apartment and pitched him all day, one of those kind of things. And he still said no. He still
Surprise.
said no.
Yeah.
He still said no. So
They just fired his friend. They just said we don't want indie wrestlers in NXT anymore.
We're bringing you up to the main roster, which has a shitty product. You're probably not going to be able to have your...
because you're 120 pounds too light.
You're not
And
going to be able
short.
to have your Twitch.
Right.
What is the reason to stay there?
$1 million a year.
I don't care. No. Nope.
So he's gone. Apparently WWE
Does
put
he
out
have
a
non-compete,
memo
probably?
today saying
Probably 90 days.
he does not. He has no non-compete
Oh.
because he didn't sign the contract expired. So they don't owe him anything and he doesn't
Right.
owe them anything. So
he could show up in
he could show up
All out.
All Out.
He could show up on Dynamite on Wednesday if he wanted to.
Well, that would be silly, but he could.
They got.
He could.
They have the women's royale. They don't have a men's battle royale anymore.
They have a women's this time.
Ah.
I think the men's is at Double or Nothing.
I was gonna say he's gonna show up. He's gonna win that battle royale then. But it's
He
a
may
women's.
still show up. But yeah, he's gone. Apparently WWE said he's gone. Don't interact with him or something. I don't know. There's some memo about he's no longer with the company anymore. So it's only a matter of time before he's in AEW, and it could be as quick as Sunday. if they
Well,
can
good
get
for
it
him.
done.
Good for him.
Yeah.
They'll use him much better than WWE would have on the main product. So
He was used well in NXT.
He's great. He
They
did
used
everything.
him
yeah.
fantastic,
That's 'cause-
but there's nothing else for him to do.
yeah,
No, there's not.
And yeah, I mean, this
you really
makes too
gonna
much
watch a
sense.
high school football game right now?
We don't have to.
No, that's okay.
It's over there. I thought there was a real football game on tonight, but I guess I'm wrong. I don't know. Fact check that for me. But Adam Cole could be in AEW as quickly as this Sunday, which is All Out. And we're going to make some picks on All Out. First up, your Women's Casino Battle Royale. I think there are more people than this list. Thunder Rosa, Nyla Rose, The Bunny, Julia Hart, Red Velvet, Ty Conti, Penelope Ford, Diamante, and TBA. I feel like there's more people in this than that, but pick a winner of the Women's Casino Battle Royal.
TBA is almost always the correct answer here. But
Yeah.
did they get a shot at the title?
Yeah.
Now, I know she had her own belt for a while. Does Thunder Rosa ever had a shot at the title here?
She had a shot at Brit and lost. I
Okay,
believe.
so she's already done it. I want to say the Bunny, but it's not going to be the Bunny. I'm stuck between Thunder Rosa, TBA, and Ty Conti. I'm going to say Ty Conti. Why not?
Oh. Okay.
Oh boy, I don't know
Thunder's the answer,
most
though.
of these names. I will go with the. You know what? Give me the field. Give me TBA.
Wow.
Actually, if people are
If
going to
TBA
show
is
up.
more than one
Ruby
person.
Riott is the answer, right?
Oh, Ruby
Is
Soho?
Is Ruby Soho the answer?
Well,
I kind of just want to change my answer to TBA.
it could be.
Or
Her her vignette she showed was her getting a ticket to New York City,
right, is that where this is
not
happening?
Chicago. This
Okay.
is Chicago.
So show up.
It was
the
her
next
getting
week
a
or whatever?
ticket to New York City, which is like a Dynamite in a couple weeks. I
Okay,
think it's September 22nd, I want to say.
and then
So it could be her, but it wouldn't make sense with that vignette.
didn't the Iconic duo just say that they're going to do a tour or something?
Yeah,
But they're going to be a pair, so probably
they're still a tag team. Yeah.
Whatever. I'll say Ty Conti.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Thunder Rosa then.
That's the obvious answer.
All right.
With Thunder.
I like my TBA, so.
Now this is not a lone wolf. Battle Royals count as lone wolves or don't?
They do if you get them.
Oh, they do count.
They do. Whoa.
They
yeah.
always
'cause
have. It's harder to do, yeah.
It would be harder, so I might as well give them the points.
All right.
Unless you pick TBA, then it's only worth a half a point.
Oh,
Wow. Paul White versus
What?
QT Marshall.
Paul White's the
Why
Big
is he
Show,
wrestling?
right?
Yeah.
Yes. No more BS, Wally.
Okay.
It's a shirt he wears.
Give me
Oh, right.
QT Marshall.
What?
How old is QT Marshall? He's not like a young
He's
buck,
not
right?
young. He's
And he just hangs out with Cody, but then broke away and started his
yeah.
own.
He started the
Band of
factory. The
Misfits.
factory.
So maybe it's to get some of these factory guys over, but Paul White is the answer.
Yeah. Paul White's gonna squish him, right?
Why bother giving Paul White a push?
Why bother is correct.
So QT Marshall.
You know
Give me
why?
the lone
Here's
wolf. Give me the lone wolf.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because even though right now, in like a year, they could be outpacing WWE by a lot, they want to be WCW. They are trying to make themselves implode. That's why they just started Friday Night Thunder.
He's not going to come out as the giant?
The Giant. Only if he's Smoking Giant.
Smoking
Giant would be excellent. But they want
That's what he
to
was
run
in
themselves the ground.
WCW, right?
WCW was Smoking Giant at one point.
Smoking giant.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wasn't
That
actually
was-
called Smoking Giant. He
But-
just came out smoking a cigarette, which nobody understood.
The still the one
Yeah.
nipple showing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre's kid. Yep.
Yeah.
Andre's kid smoking a cig.
He won the title young, right?
He won the title his first night wrestling.
That's right.
Was
He
that
beat Hulk Hogan
was that
with the
the-
Yeti, the help of the Yeti.
Oh, that's right.
His first ever night in wrestling.
That's right.
Or
They
his-
wobbly aged Hogan.
His
and-
first ever
yeah.
match. His first ever
Yeah.
match.
Did he also have the monster truck fight?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Where he murdered?
a classic. WCW classic. He got murdered. Hogan
Oh, he-
pushed him
he
over
got
the
murdered.
edge.
That is honestly one of my favorite WCW moments.
When
so
Hogan
dumb.
killed the giant,
Yeah.
and then he came back to life and used the Yeti to hump Hogan into
Yeah,
submission.
and they wobbly aged Hogan into submission.
It's seriously one of the funniest pay-per-views ever. It's so funny because that's also the Ric Flair Sting You Dummy pay-per-view. It's all in the same pay-per-view.
Oh god, that's a great pay-per-view.
Sting You
though.
Dummy is in that one as well
That's right.
because that's the Ric Flair.
Is that the one that starts with the vignette about
Candy or something?
Tony
like,
being like a creep or something?
Yes, Tony Schiavone is like a vampire. It is a classic, a
Oh,
true
man,
classic.
we might have to watch that.
But is
soon.
that
We
also-
should bring that back.
Is that the one that has Eddie versus Rey Mysterio too? Is that the same one?
No, that's Halloween Havoc 97.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which
Halloween-
one's this one? Halloween.
95. Halloween Havoc 95 is the one with the monster truck rally or whatever the fuck that monster truck fight, whatever it's called. Very silly. So I pick Paul White. You pick QT Marshall, Wally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul White is the answer.
John Moxley said he was going to face a legend of New Japan, and I thought, oh, it's going to be Okada. No, it's Bread Club Kojima.
I do like
A legend, true, a legend of New Japan,
Yeah.
but like 20 years ago.
I like their Twitter feud.
Yes.
Where Moxley will be like, "I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to squish your face," and then he'll be like, "I love bread. It's delicious." John Moxley, of course,
Yeah.
is going to kill
Sweep
him.
it.
Yeah, sweep it.
Sweep it.
Sweep it.
Moxley.
So I was on the Halloween Havoc 95 Wikipedia page looking at some of these matches.
They're very silly. We already watched it. We reviewed it a long time ago.
Oh, I know. I just
It was like the first
Yeah.
year we did the show. Was it? Or first or second year? It was very early on.
yeah, we were definitely still at your
We
old
were,
house.
we were still, still at the old
The
studio.
old studio.
All right, Moxley, sweep it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jericho versus MJF. If Jericho loses, he has to retire and be a commentator.
Oh, right. What happens if MJF loses?
No stipulation on
stipulation
MJF,
for that?
I don't think. I can't imagine Jericho's ready to retire yet, especially because he has his Jericho cruise coming up in a month, so I will go Jericho.
Oh, I forgot he did. See, my only concern is you have to retire. Could last less than a month, and then for some reason he just starts wrestling again because it's wrestling.
He could do that, but I think that would be lame.
But
Is this a no holds barred or anything like that, or just
I'm
a
pretty
regular?
sure it's just a regular match.
Okay.
my instincts is telling me NJF needs to win this, and then Jericho can just back his way out of retirement somehow. But because of the
lame.
stipulation, it's Jericho.
That'd be lame.
But then there was the one that they did with Cody, where if I lose this match, I can never challenge for the title,
And he never
and
did.
he lost. So
And he hasn't
yeah,
ever
Well,
challenged for the
didn't he make a new belt?
Yes, he made a new belt. You can't make a new career. Like, I'm gonna wrestle against people only on Dark.
I kind of want to take no contest,
Oh, like a draw?
but I'm gonna.
That wouldn't get you any points, though, would it? Would that
If
get
it
you?
happened,
Has anyone ever guessed draw?
I don't think so. I mean, I've tried a couple times, but I end up picking someone.
We've
think anyone's
guessed
ever
draw
done it.
in like G1s where you get
Ooh,
like
yeah.
Yes, I did that because I guessed like 6 in 1 year. You guys are like, it never happens more than one time a
yeah,
tournament.
it's usually
I
like
picked
once.
6.
I picked an awful lot. You could pick a draw here.
I'm gonna take MJF with some schmozzery.
Yeah,
So Jericho's gonna
that's.
retire.
I can see Jericho having to retire, and then somehow he gets all fired up, and MJF says, "Fine, like you can fight again if you do this," and then we get the 5 trials of Jericho all over again to earn his way back.
Again?
Just to earn
Or-
his way back. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was thinking
I can
more
see that.
more along the lines of MJF cheats to beat Jericho, and then later on is like, "No, you didn't beat me square," and he gets the
You
rest
cheated,
of
That
it.
so
could
I'm
happen.
not actually retired. That makes sort
But
of
yeah,
sense.
because it's the stipulation, I'm gonna say Jericho.
Yeah. Here's a great one.
This is
Oh,
an excellent.
this is-
Here's a
tough
great
one.
one that
Tough match.
I don't think people are really thinking is going to be great. They're overlooking this considering how many other good things are on here. But Pac versus Andrade.
Is there any story, or just like these guys are gonna fight?
The story is Andrade, whose new manager is Chavo Guerrero.
Oh, didn't know that.
He's been going up to the Lucha Brothers, being like, "Get out of this. Get
Yeah,
away
triangle
from
thing.
Pac. Come with me, your family. Like,
Ooh.
be my guys. I can pay you more. Pac's never here. He's you know, he doesn't care about you. I'm Andrade. Come with
Okay.
me. It makes so much sense. Too much sense for you guys to be with me." And Pac did not like that. So that's the feud. So I imagine Andrade is going to win, and the Lucha Brothers are going to help him win.
And Andrade
That's what-
lost.
yeah.
in
I would
his
imagine
debut,
they would
correct?
screw Pac, right?
Andrade showed up and fought Omega, right? Like that was his first match.
He fought Omega in AAA. His first match in AEW was against Matt Sydal.
Okay.
So he's been like
What is-
warming up, but hasn't actually done anything.
Then he's got to win this. I will say El Idolo.
Did you both say Andrade already?
Yes,
Okay.
2 Andrades.
And MJF and a Pac Lone Wolf is a scary duo.
You're getting a
go
Pac.
against.
You're going for a Pac Lone Wolf here?
No, because I think Andrade does win this. It would be interesting to see, like, after the match, if he starts beating Pac up and you see the Lucha Bros run down and then they join in. That would
I wouldn't be
interesting.
surprised. I wouldn't. It makes too much sense.
How he thinks about wrestling like a wrestling fan.
You're starting to become a wrestling fan over here, Wally. Oh, baby.
Yeah, let's sweep it, Andrade.
Oh, you're switching.
I feel like Pac. I just appointed him Pac. He didn't ever actually said it.
Oh, you pointed
I feel like Pac doesn't do anything in AEW.
because he's been so start and stop. Like, he shows up and has a great match. Like, he had that awesome match against Orange Cassidy, and then the pandemic happened. He
Right.
couldn't come over for 6 months, or
Where-
maybe longer.
Where was he? Did he go?
He had to
back
go.
home?
He went back to England, and he couldn't get back into the States after the
Jeez.
coronavirus happened. So he was not around, and that's happened a couple times. I feel like he doesn't live here, so he only comes over for certain things. I'm pretty sure
They're wearing the old Patriots helmets.
they are.
Yeah, they are the Patriots.
This
Well, I know,
weird,
but they're- yeah.
this weird high school.
It's in Oakland,
Oakland,
where.
Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Patriots.
Well-known battle of the American Revolution. Oakland, Tennessee.
Sure.
Remember that battle?
Madison Ridgeland, Missouri.
Missouri?
No, Missouri's MO.
MO, Mississippi.
Mississippi?
Yeah.
It's sunny there.
Tonight when I came to the studio, I had to turn my headlights on, and it made me sad.
Yep.
Is it dark already?
The sun was going down. It wasn't dark yet.
It was dark enough to turn your headlights on. Yep.
It made me sad.
That is sad. All right. I don't know if this is a main event or not. CM Punk versus Darby Allin. Seemed like it should be a main event. Over the title, right?
So this right now is a classic babyface versus babyface matchup?
Yeah. It's Bret Hart versus X-Pac.
Okay.
Or Bret Hart versus 1-2-3 Kid.
Yeah.
We're going to have Punk win. But
Darby's
going
gonna
to
look super good.
Darby's going to look great. And we might literally just redo that match where it's like...
I could see that.
Darby loses, but his foot's on the rope, and like CM Punk is like, I'm not gonna have that. Let me restart this match, and then like go back at it, and then like Punk's gonna win, but he's gonna raise Darby's hand at the end or something like that.
So you're picking Punk?
I'm picking Punk.
Yeah.
I see
Punk.
that playing out.
I would like the Darby Allin Lone Wolf then.
Wow,
I think in this case,
that
it's
would
a
be
good
fun.
match back and forth. He wins, he gets the hand raised, and then he gets Punk along the lines of like, you got lucky, you ain't going to get it next time. I shook the ring rust off now. Whoever I face next is really going to get it.
Wow,
I think that's what we're going to
he's
see.
gonna job to Darby.
I mean, it's going to be a long drawn out. It's not going to be a 2-minute match. But yeah, he's going to put Darby over. Plus, Darby is like the hottest thing to get going right now, is he not?
He was until Punk showed up.
Is this not going to take place in Chicago?
Yeah, of course it is. So they will.
And you're going to
flip out.
have him lose in Chicago?
They already got their moment when he returned to the ring, and they were literally crying.
Yeah.
He's
You
gonna.
don't think they're going to double down on that?
No.
Punk is gonna win.
Because he's going to raise Darby's hand one way or another, so everyone's going to be happy at the end.
Yeah.
And then he'll say, you can't keep someone from Chicago down, right, Chicago?
All the cheap pops he can get in there. He's great, even at the cheap pops. All right, Punk, and a lone wolf for Darby Allin. That
That's
is
right.
quite a lone wolf. AEW TNT Championship, Miro versus Eddie Kingston.
Just give me Miro, because Eddie Kingston sucks.
What?
I don't think I know
I've
who...
never watched him wrestle.
What?
I don't think I
I've
know
never
who
seen him fight.
Eddie Kingston is. So, yeah, I'm going to go
He's
with
John
Miro
Moxley's
as well.
friend. That's who he
Eddie's
is.
great.
He's
Eddie's
Moxley's
great.
friend.
I don't think
He's the one that laid on Moxley when
the shitty explosion happened.
when they set off the like Roman candles,
I do remember that. I remember
and he had to like
but,
hump him to
yeah.
safety.
Yeah, it's going to be Miro. This guy looks like nothing.
He's great.
He's nothing.
He's great. He's great.
Get
Stop.
interested in wrestle, but
He's great.
all right. So you taking the lone wolf and
No, give me Miro.
All right.
Come on. Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. I like this pairing. I like this all, but I feel like Statlander should have been held off for a while and
Yeah.
eventually beat Britt Baker because she, I think, is very, very good. And a
So
star.
this will be the start
So,
of the
yeah.
knock her down and build her up.
I think so. Britt wins. There's no way
Britt
they
wins.
can take it off Britt.
But it'll be fun to see Orange seconding her.
Yeah, Statlander's great. She's great.
Sweet, but
I just don't think it's. I think it's weird that the timing on this. Like Statlander should eventually beat Britt for the title. Like,
how long has she
that's-
been with AEW now?
Statlander was there in 2019, but she tore her ACL in a match and was out for a year.
So she's been like the lady hanging out with the best friends. now.
Right.
Yeah, so she came back.
But also she's an alien, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah, she's an alien.
Like from outer space? Alien?
Yeah, that's her character is an alien, and she boops people's noses. And,
Okay. Yeah, definitely give me the Doctor. Even though I
Doctor's
hate
just
the Doctor.
She's what? Why do you?
I
hate
do
her?
not. I don't know. I don't like her at all. Though.
Great. She's great. She's so good.
Well, I
She's
want-
very
like,
over too.
I only
She's
saw her when it
the
first
beginning when she was
started,
not good.
and when she was terrible. So I still have.
light years better than that.
All right.
The first thing CM Punk said was her name, basically, because she's so over. He said, "This is like a Dr. Britt Baker pop right here."
Oh God, he might be the worst.
Oh,
Yep.
Chicago is tough, like you guys. Chicago, Young Bucks versus Lucha Brothers in a steel cage match. We're just gonna do this every All Out. the Bucks are going to face the Lucha Brothers, and I will 100%
Who's got
sign.
the belt? Is it
The
Bucks?
Bucks have it.
All right.
I will 100% sign up for the Bucks versus Lucha Brothers at every All Out from
Sure,
here to
yeah.
the end of time.
Who won it last year between the two of them?
I don't remember. They were at the first All Out. They had that crazy ladder match, I think. Did they?
But the Young Bucks have been wearing rompers of late.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, that's right.
Heat. They get heat with their clothes.
I'm going to take the Lucha Bros in this one. Have they had the titles yet?
No,
Lucha Bros.
They haven't had the titles yet?
they have not. It's
Oh,
been.
yeah. Oh, no, it was Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express last year.
Oh, okay. It's been the Bucks and Hangman and Omega and back when it was SoulCal Uncensored, SCU.
I'm going to take Lucha Bros.
So 3 tag team champions so far. That's it.
Make it 4.
No, I'm sorry. I forgot about FTR.
Oh, yeah?
FTR won them.
What are they doing these
For
days?
the Bucks. They are about to have a match this week against Santana Ortiz because Cash literally the hook from the ring. Did you see this?
No.
Oh, it's gross. The hook from the ring that like hook that
Holds the turnbuckle on? Yeah.
That hook cut Cash Wheeler's arm and sliced it open
Jesus.
in the middle of a match,
Like,
and it was
on purpose or it got...
No, it was a mistake.
Oh.
Gusher, a real gusher, and like they basically had to not stop the match, but like this
Quick
is
finish?
done.
Yeah.
He's out of here. Like he has to go to the hospital immediately, and it's still apparently not that healed. And they've been saying like we're retiring. Both of them have been saying like we're done.
Oh, okay. They're not.
So I don't think they are, but that's what they've been doing. It's crazy. So I will go with the Bucks because of course I will.
Of course
That's what I
you
do. I'll go with the Bucks. I would say the Lucha Bros, if Andrade was going for a title and won it, and then they turned and all of them had titles, I would say that would make more sense. But if he's just facing Pac, I don't think they win that match. So I'm going to go Bucks, Steel Cage, Funny Business.
I'm going to go Lucha Bros.
This is heels versus heels, right?
Sort of. Lucha Bros kind of were faces last week.
Okay.
They did some
All
face
You
things.
got your Young Bucks Lone Wolf at right?
I'll take it. AEW Championship, Omega versus Christian Cage.
Kenny Omega in a squash. It better be Kenny Omega in a squash.
I think it'll be Omega. I don't think it'll be a squash, but I think it'll be Omega.
If it goes 5 minutes, it's gone too long.
No, it'll be long.
Christian's fine, but
It'll be
what
a
is this?
12-minute
What is this?
match.
Christian is doing these matches that are like 2002 Kurt Angle kind of matches that are like real slow starters that like really build over time. They're like old school, not super old school match, but like 2000 Kurt Angle kind of
Which
match.
is fine, but what are we doing here? Come on.
This should be below the Miro match.
I was
And
wondering
CM
if
Punk
This
and-
should be
CM Punk
a
and
Monday night match.
CM
Set up
Punk-
whatever the actual
CM Punk is
match
probably
Allen
gonna,
should be
main
the-
event this whole thing,
And
right?
then Pac
In
Andrade
Chicago,
should be
CM Punk has to
the
main
number
event
2.
this, yes. Especially with Sting there, it's got it.
I assume that they will main event, but all right.
Are we all taking Omega?
Yes. We,
Okay, sweep it.
Yes.
So the real question
I
is,
wouldn't hate
who's showing up? You wouldn't hate
Adam
Christian
Cole.
Cage winning?
Darby Allin turning on Sting just so he can get a
A Sting you dummy?
Sting you dummy.
Oh, if only.
If only.
I don't think we're getting that. Who's showing up at All Out? Anybody?
Other than Adam Cole?
You think Adam Cole's definitely going to show up?
Yes.
What's he going to do?
Where else is he going to go if he
Is he
doesn't go
gonna-
to AEW?
Daniel Bryan's going to show up.
That's a good call too.
So what does he do? If Daniel Bryan shows up, what would you have him do? Walk out after Omega wins the title and do a New Japan style like, I'm coming for you?
After Darby gets his hand raised and
Oh, he goes after
Punk says,
Punk?
"You can't keep a Chicago person down, right, Chicago? Chicago!" Daniel Bryan walks out and says, like, "You can't beat me.
That's all he needs to say.
You can't beat me."
He just stands there.
Yeah.
He doesn't even say anything.
Yep. Adam Cole is the one who comes out.
Does Cole help the
calls
Bucks?
out.
Does Cole help the Bucks win against the Lucha Bros?
Oh,
And like jumps in with them and Omega,
No.
and then they eventually get that. We finally get Omega versus Cole.
Yes, but in a different way.
Okay.
He comes out after they've lost
Yeah.
to like help him up and is like, "Hey guys, I'm here. We're all friends." Super kick both of them, and then says like, "I was always better than the Bullet Club."
Okay. I like that. I like that. He has to do something.
I don't
cool.
need my last friend, my old friends. I don't need you guys. I don't need my other friends. I don't need anybody. I don't know what he calls. He says Undisputed Era without saying it.
I don't need the CFOs.
I don't need the CFOs. I don't need the
CFOs?
Bullet Club.
That's what was on all their stuff.
Cole Fish O'Reilly before.
right, okay.
I don't need them. I don't need you. I don't need anyone.
Right.
I'm taking it from you, Omega.
What if he and Hangman Page got together, formed a little...
Paige is
coalition?
not on the show because his wife is pregnant. Supposedly.
Oh, so he's not wrestling.
He's
for a
not
while?
even appearing on the next few things because his wife is pregnant, supposedly. So, because AEW is a decent company, they're like, yes, please go and enjoy your baby. You real human being, you go do that.
Are there any...
I could see them being together because it'd be two Adams though, Paige and Adam Cole.
Okay. That's Does he own Adam Cole, the name?
I
They
believe
didn't-
so
Is
because
Adam Cole
WWE
not his
didn't-
actual name?
WWE didn't like...
Oh, I thought that was his name.
no, it's not his name. But he was Adam Cole before he was in
Yeah,
WWE.
he's always been Adam Cole. I guess that's why I thought that was his name.
No, it's something else. It's something else. Austin Jenkins.
Oh, good choice, Adam.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Austin Jenkins is his real name. So, yeah, Adam Cole was in Ring of Honor and
Trained by Al Snow.
all kinds of other places. So, I don't think they can... Pretty sure they can't take that, but
Copyright.
they might try.
Are there any
Any-
like lady tag teams for the Iconics to show up for?
I mean, they could make some.
I mean, is there any like does Brandy and does she
Penelope-
still have her friend?
Nope. Brandy hasn't been on TV since she had the baby. She's
Hmm.
been completely gone. Her friend, I don't think, is even there anymore.
Does Jade Cargill have a friend, or is that her enemy? The other
Red
super
Velvet.
athletic- no, the other super athletic girl.
Who's the other super athletic girl? Penelope Ford and the Bunny are kind of friends now.
Okay,
So
maybe
they could beat
them.
them up.
I could see them just giving them a mic and let them talk, but that seems more like a weekly segment to me.
Are the Butcher and the Blade still with the Bunny?
They are, but the Butcher is playing with the band that he's in.
Oh, he's in a band.
Which has a name that I can never remember.
Every Time I Die, is that it?
I don't know. I never can remember it.
I think it's Every Time I Die, I want to say.
That could be a segment to be named later.
No, we named it before.
This is not. This is like the
this
fifth
is not
time
new.
that it's come up.
I guess I don't pay attention even while we were
I think
recording.
it's he's a guitarist in Every Time I Die.
That sounds right, but I can never remember.
I don't think the Iconics show up on
Yes,
this.
Every Time
I
I Die.
don't think they actually. I think they show up on
Like a
weekly.
The
Dynamite
Butcher
or something,
is
yeah.
taking a hiatus starting at the first of the year so he can
Good.
play with
Finally, my guy the Blade can
his
do something.
band. Yeah, your guy the Blade. The only guy you got in the AEW.
Yep. Also, I've never seen him wrestle.
All right. Bill,
That's
you got,
probably true.
you got any segments to name?
Yeah, I'll just do one quick one because I'm unprepared.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not because you're not prepared.
But I looked into some of our old Twitter friends.
Oh.
Conan?
Nope. First I looked.
HH?
HH.
Laparca?
HH is just very depressing. He just is basically saying RIP to different people. Yep.
Jesus.
Okay.
And then I also, where is it now? I lost it. Oh, our old friend, our new friend, Maki Ito,
Who we haven't
Okay.
seen in a while, but
and
yeah.
is the best on Twitter.
Yep.
She has one of her, a nice picture of her, like usual.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm quoting here. I
Okay.
would never say this. I'm quoting.
Yeah.
Oh.
It says, "Hi, I'm gonna kick your ass, sun, rainbow."
I'm guessing those are the sun emoji.
Two different sun emojis and a rainbow emoji.
Two different sun
Wow.
emojis.
Yep. I want the smiley face on it.
Two different sun emojis. Okay. Any other segs?
Nope, that's all today.
All right. Time for everybody's new favorite weekly segment that isn't new. How much is this crap going for on eBay? Wally,
Kind of like this one.
It's only 11 weeks old. It's still pretty new.
it's still new. Well, you have taken a commanding lead, 7-4.
I have.
You are dominant.
I am.
You're a dominant champion. Bill, you have a lot of ground to make up.
This is a pretty sweet look.
This is
Is there a nice description of this?
The Rock bowling ball. The Rock bowling ball. Bill, you have the advantage. Wally, you have to bid first. Let me get a description here for you real quick.
Now, do you put a link to see these things in the show notes?
No, but I should.
Yeah. That way people can't be like,
Yeah, I
see
should.
what kind of ridiculous
If you want to
thing.
buy a Rock bowling ball. I thought about putting these together in one deal. Like making them a YouTube video every week, just like the 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yep.
But that requires me to do a lot of things, so I might not.
A little bit of work.
Well, why? If we go back to original, he's our social media guy.
Right,
So put him on it.
There you go. He can do it.
No.
All right. This item is described as used, previously used by an owner,
Of course.
rare vintage WWF, quote, The Rock, end quote, bowling ball. Has a couple of chips. Please see pictures. You can buy this ball and shine it up real nice and turn it sideways and
Stick it straight up
Dot.
your candy butt.
The seller put that in his description. So there's
You said it has some chips?
yeah, we got some chips. I'm looking at the pictures now. There's a WWF scratch logo on the back, autograph, made in the USA.
Autograph.
The fake autograph
Okay,
on the
one of
back,
those.
the inscribed autograph, made in the USA. I see a chip next to the WWF logo.
Now, is that...
It's obviously been thrown down the lane.
Okay.
It's been thrown down the lane.
Could you still bowl with it?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Definitely.
Because you said chip, and I wasn't
It's not
sure.
it's not a deep chip. It's like a little chip, just a little
Okay.
bit. The bowling ball has been used.
Bowling balls. How much would bowling balls go for?
How much does an actual bowling ball
Indeed.
go for?
I feel
there
like
is a
I feel
baseline for
like
that.
expensive.
I feel like,
You used to bowl in a league. Did you have your own ball?
of course, I did not. Gail Cashin does.
She currently has her own ball.
Hey, she's had the same
She's
one
sti-
for probably 50 years
Is she
now.
currently bowling in a league?
No, absolutely not. Has
Okay.
not been since I was a child, but
Oh, but she still has the ball.
Okay.
and shoes.
And her own shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's smart.
She was a collegiate bowler.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I
It
didn't know
was
that.
not an athletic school at all, but she did it. She played on it. She bowled on the collegiate team
Okay. That's nice.
at her nursing school.
Okay. Great. Wally,
so I have to
you have to
choose
go. You have to
first?
bid
All right.
first. It's 7-4. It's Price is Right roll. So if you go over, you lose.
I'm just gonna go with $100. You go nice and round.
Just straight up Hondo.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm looking at this, and as
Yeah.
we've been saying, there's obviously a baseline for just a bowling ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up bowling ball.
But this is used, and it's got the Brahma bowl, but it's clearly not a real Brahma bowl. It's just someone's recreation of it.
Sure.
So normally I would hate to do this, but because I'm down by 3, I'm going to bid
101.
$2.
Dude, you think it's under 100? Okay.
It better be under 100. This is the
Wow.
fakest thing since
It's-
you got to glue
It's a
stuff together.
bowling ball. I feel like they go for more than
See,
100.
this is where I get hurt because, of course, it's worth less than 100, but he's probably asking for like 1,000.
Do you want to update your bid?
No, I already said it.
The actual real retail price asking $199.89. Wally is a commanding
8 to 4.
8 to 4.
8 to 4 lead.
I again submit you are a much bigger wrestling fan than I am.
Oh my gosh, Wally.
I feel like for every time that I win, I should get like 5 percentage points towards my weekly.
Oh,
toward
you're
my
willing to give
yearly.
that up?
I'm willing to give him 5% of my
Oh wow!
cash.
So what does that mean? You have
I'm up to 40% for the year then.
wow.
So that means it's your
At
turn
least.
to keep track of the picks for next week.
Oh, no.
All right, it's time for our weekly review. This week was a review that one of those reviews that you give out and I just watch it immediately because I loved it.
I watched it,
Loved
and then
loved
today,
loved it at the
I
time.
went, you know what? I'm just going to watch it again.
You know what?
I-
I specifically was gonna keep watching the show, but I didn't want to forget which thing was which.
Yeah.
So as soon as this episode's over,
You're gonna go back and watch
recording,
it?
I'm gonna start watching New Girl again from the beginning.
I watched the 2 episodes last night,
So it's New Girl.
and then I watched starting with what I was up to beforehand, which
Where
was
did
like
where did you leave off?
3 or 4 episodes before the first one that we watched. So I just started watching, and I got through both of these episodes again.
Oh, okay.
I've never watched the show, but I used to watch it whenever I happened to find it on TV.
It was on Fox. I used to watch it.
Yeah, and it was on replays and stuff, repeats, whatever. New Girl is a show featuring Zoe Deschanel and a bunch of funny dudes.
Yep.
Her roommates.
They probably have names. I didn't look them up.
The one guy, he's now into like voice acting, for sure.
Which guy?
Nick.
He was in Spider-Man.
Yep.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Right. He was
As
the bad Spider-Man.
your favorite.
Peter B. Parker.
Your
yes.
favorite Parker.
And then
Like
he's also
Michael B.
got
Jordan.
Yep.
That's funny.
He's also got a Netflix show called Hoops, where he's a crazy basketball coach for a high school basketball team, which
I've
sucks.
heard of this.
He was in Jurassic World.
Oh,
Was he?
Yep. He was in the control panel. He was the creepy
yeah.
guy who was hitting on the girl from Comedy Bang Bang.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Jake Johnson.
yes.
Schmidt has.
Max Greenfield.
He's got a show at Cedric the Entertainer,
He's funny. I like him.
The Neighborhood or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, that didn't look good though.
And then I'd never watched it. I feel like Winston's in stuff too.
Lamore Morris. Very funny. He's in stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
He's been in
But
many
of course, the star of the show.
Ugh.
And we didn't even see Damon Wayans Jr., who was in it in the beginning.
Correct.
Got replaced by Lamore Morris, and then
He comes back.
he
for a
comes
couple
back
episodes.
at the end.
I
Yeah.
think he comes back for like,
couple seasons.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just shows
yeah,
back
he
up.
straight up
but
just shows back up.
I don't remember how they wrote it in the storyline, but I think he's just like.
The biggest things Lamore Morris
place
has
to
been
live
in
again.
are The Barbershop, The Next Cut,
Yeah.
Sandy Wexler, an Adam Sandler movie,
yeah. Yeah.
and Game Night,
Okay, so I guess I
which
don't know
was
any of these.
like the most dangerous game comedy. Jason Bateman, Rachel McAdams. Those are the things that he was most known for.
He's a good actor though. I like him.
He is good. He's in tons of other funny things.
But yeah, the real star of the show, of course, is our friend Stephen Amell.
Yep.
Who's
He's in
it for
exactly 2 episodes.
14 seconds.
And has probably 5 lines total.
But he has a very funny line.
About that.
He has this hilarious
He has
line.
one fun line.
Yes.
Most of the time he's just cranky.
He's
so-
a shitty boyfriend.
We just jump in as you can with sitcoms where it's the 3 roommates, the guys, all talking about Christmas and they got to go home for the holidays, yada, yada, yada. Most importantly, they're all just in the apartment in roller skates. And Winston's like barely able to stand, but he's making fun of Schmidt, who's like, my mom made me figure skate for 13 years before she found out that I was a boy. Like, I'm going to kick your butt. So they all end up wrestling, and Schmidt is sad because everybody's leaving for Christmas and he's Jewish.
Yep.
And then Jess comes in, sees them all wearing. We find out it's her Christmas gift, so she's thrilled and starts taking pictures of them wrestling around in the roller skates.
Yeah.
And they hit it.
Yes, they don't want that.
I will say before we go much further, Jess is the worst part of New Girl.
She's
Going on record, she's the worst part.
She's important to it though because she glues it all together.
Yes.
Instead of being like
But she's the worst part.
instead of being like the lead character that is like very important and like in lots of things, she is just the reason these other people are funny together.
I do enjoy her though.
I don't mind her as much as you think.
Nah.
Like you say. I enjoy her in moments.
I did see her in concert at Bonnaroo when she was doing She and Him or whatever. it's
Yeah,
called.
She and
It
Him.
was super weird.
I like She and Him.
It was weird.
It's weird. Now she's married to a property brother, so
Oh, that's right.
she's moving up in the world.
Oh, one of those twin guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I think so.
You know all of the stuff I've learned tonight.
I know all the things. Just
Anyone
by,
who's ever been married to anyone.
just
is
by
sort of a celebrity.
osmosis. Just by osmosis. That's my first kid's, not a swear, but was because the Kardashians were on in the house, and I walked by and I said, Joe, and he was like 2.5, and I go, Joe, these people are buttholes. And he goes, Dada, they are buttholes. And Rachel said, what did you just do? Told him the truth. Told him the truth.
So Jess needs to find a present for her boyfriend, and she says, like, usually I'm really good, but I don't know what to get him. Like we've been dating for like a month. I don't know if I need to be serious or funny.
2 episodes before this, she asked him over for Thanksgiving. So they've been dating since Thanksgiving at most.
Yeah.
And that character is played by Justin Long,
who is funny. He's in everything.
Yeah. Waiting is the big thing that I like him from.
Yeah.
Oh, and Accepted. Accept is an underrated movie.
I haven't gone back to watch it. Is it good? Because after Waiting, I was like, God, this didn't hold up. I don't care to like continue down this path.
But no,
There were
Accepted held up pretty well.
There other Waitings?
There was still Waiting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I watched it.
Was it?
It didn't have
Who's anybody in it?
It didn't have Ryan Reynolds. I don't even remember what happened in it.
Didn't even have Justin Long in it. I don't think.
Yes, but he
was
like a cameo.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Because he was like the manager who went around to all the stores and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, Nick says like, just you got to figure out how you feel about him and then pick a present. We then see them driving down the road, and she's like, "This is Candy Cane Lane. This is what we have to do. Everybody lights up their houses. It's great.
Yep.
It's nothing now." And then it comes back. Nick just says like, I can't come back later tonight. I have to go home to see my mom.
I have to take
I've missed 4 flights in 4 years in a row. I've missed the flight home.
Yeah.
3 a.m. flight on some bullshit airline. Like, why can't you just take a normal flight?
Well,
that would require money because he doesn't work.
He's a bartender.
He's
not a good bartender, but he's a bartender.
He's a bartender.
Yes.
That's what I like about this show. It's like Lamora Morris has no job.
Yep.
Nick Miller, Jake has no money.
Yeah.
And he's
very bad with money too.
He's terrible with money. There's an episode where he has to like all the problems in the apartment. Like it's one of my favorite ones. The people in the apartment building don't fix the stuff, so he has to fix it all. But he has these weird ways of fixing things. Like he has
bathroom?
He like jams a broomstick down the sink, and it's like fighting with it. And he's like, "This is the only way. It's gonna stop." Like that is one of the funniest episodes where he's like fixing all the stuff with that's terrible.
In between these 2 episodes that we watched, that's in there.
It's so funny. One of the funniest ones.
So we go to the next scene and we see Cece, who's just his friend.
Oh my god.
And she's very attractive, and she's just sitting in her underwear.
She's gorgeous.
Because she's a model. And she's like, "Oh, this is a before and after like Brazilian pill or something."
Fat burner.
And
I'm the before.
First, Schmick was like, "Oh yeah, I've taken that." And then larger, also still attractive woman comes out. He's like, "I'm the after."
No, she's the
I'm the before. I mean.
Yeah.
She looks a lot like Cece too.
Does,
so it's almost the same. Yeah.
Well, that's the point of the before and
Very
after.
funny.
So he shows up. He's like, "I have a present for you." And as he's giving it to her, Stephen Amell shows up, and we find out it's Cece's boyfriend that even she's not that into, but he's attractive. And also, he's a photographer.
I think he's the photographer too. Yeah.
Because he's like, "All right, well, let me know when he's done with your hair." And he's like, "Oh no, I'm here." She's like, "This is my friend. He came because he's got a gift for me," and he gives her a perfume, and then awkwardly says, like, "Yeah, I made this. Here's why. It's got like cinnamon because you're brown," or something like that. He's like, "Sandalwood. Sandalwood always good in the hood.
It's good." Well, there was something. There was another one, and he goes, "Because it sounds like Cece."
Oh, sea salt.
Sea salt.
It sounds like CC. So
God.
she's like thinks it's nice or whatever.
Yeah.
Schmidt is
And then Stephen
funny.
Amell just like makes out with her and it's like, "All right, let's move this along." So he presents as a jerk in this episode.
Yeah, big jerk.
We then see that as Jess goes to give her boyfriend a present, he bought her a plane ride to Vienna and to see some like concert or something.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, here's a stuffed plush heart
Anatomical.
of like a 50-year-old smoker or something."
I do like when she's talking about what she wants to give him before she actually gives him it. It's a card for free sex.
Free weird nerd sex or something like that. Nick's like, "I'm going to hold on to this."
I got my mom a present.
I'm not going to let you forget about this.
So she's like, gives him, he's like, no, it's okay. It's weird and quirky and it's funny. It's just like you. I love it. I love you. And she just goes, "Oh,
Thanks.
thank you."
And she's like,
Ouch.
And he clearly realizes, like, "Oh, that's not good."
yeah.
So we go to the party. Oh, Schmidt had said, like, he has to play Santa at his company Christmas party.
Sexy Santa.
And he wants everyone to come blow it out because they're leaving. So we show up and we see him in his underwear.
Yeah.
and a Santa hat.
Did he have suspenders? I can't remember.
Not
had-
suspenders. It's like a weird
it's
thing that comes up
The
the middle
front,
of his.
just the front of his
okay.
suit. That's it. Like the buttons of.
So they all walk in, and he's in his underwear basically, and Jess is like, "Are those my shorts?" And Cece shows up, and she's wearing a mustache, and Jess is like, "Oh, you got my present," and she likes it. And Stephen Amell's like, "There, she saw it. Take it off."
Yeah, he does
He's a
not
dick.
like it.
And she's like, "Oh, no fun ever," or something like
And
that.
she keeps it on for a little bit, I think, right?
She does. She puts it
Okay.
back on later, but she takes it off.
Oh, okay.
So then we get Nick and Jess talking, and she's like, "I don't know what to do. He told me that he loved me, and I said thank you." So Nick then goes and like sees him outside, and we see the two girls like hiding in the bathroom because Jess like doesn't want to talk to her boyfriend,
Yep.
and Cece also doesn't want to talk to her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So they're just sitting in the bathroom while some other woman's taking a dump.
Yeah. Yep.
That
They're like,
eggnog is killer.
Yes, that's what it was, the
We could
eggnog.
stay here all night, and then she comes out after letting one rip and like, all right, I'm ready.
Meanwhile, Nick is outside trying to like
Give a
help
pep talk.
Yeah,
Well-
like a pep talk. Like, and he's like, maybe. Oh, you guys did talk. Well, good. Maybe she doesn't love you now, but she will love you someday. And he's like, we talked about giving you a ride to the airport.
Oh,
Like, no.
the funny thing is, Nick.
Okay.
I can't remember when they show this. It must be before this. Nick is like obsessed with his ex-girlfriend, right? His girlfriend broke up with him, which is why he lost his job at a law firm.
Oh, he
As
quit.
he was like
Yeah.
almost done with law school.
He spiraled into this mess that he is now because of his ex-girlfriend. So anytime anyone's broken up with, he's like super helpful and like wants to be their friend because he's the dumped guy.
So he
that's why
basically
he's helping him.
breaks it to him because Jess hasn't talked to him.
Yeah.
That like, oh yeah, she doesn't love you.
And then there's a couple. They go back to him a couple different times. And he's like, "Why do I keep talking?"
Yeah.
I like when he bangs on the glass door and he's like, "It's my neighbor, Winston. It's my neighbor."
The way his voice goes.
Oh, also before she
He's
leaves the
locked out
bathroom,
there.
Cece puts on Schmidt's perfume and like chokes, like gags. Like this is awful. We then go to Winston, who's sitting there complaining about like his life. We see that he's doing it to like a 9-year-old kid who's
kid
at
was
this
great,
company
too.
Christmas party.
This kid was great too.
And then mom comes over and they like have a little connection.
Yeah, she's like the CEO too.
Yeah.
So, my favorite thing is the mom says he doesn't. I'm surprised he talks to you. He doesn't like anybody, and the kid goes, "Yeah, I don't like anybody." We're working on that. She's working on that.
Oh yeah, and the kid's like says something about the weird Santa, and he's like, "Oh, that's not really Santa. That's Schmidt." And it's like it says something about like I don't like him, or like he's creepy or something. He's like, "Yeah, I know."
No, he goes, "My mom says he's a D-bag."
Oh yeah.
He's like,
He's
"Yep,
like-
he is."
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, why isn't he wearing a shirt? We ask that every day. Cece comes over and like flirts with and like gives Schmidt a pep talk about like standing up to his boss, who we find out he doesn't actually like doing this. He like is sort of made to do it.
He's like got a weird relationship with his boss. Like she wants to hook up with him, and
Yep.
he did, but then doesn't, but then does.
They
Something
do
happens,
kind
right?
of hook up. So he decides to finally make his move while they're both at their like they're walking to their cars. So like she gets in her car and he gets all the way to his, and then he runs and sprints over to her car and like rips the door open, and they start making out. But it looks on camera like she's being attacked. So the security guards drive up and just pummel him, and she's like, "No, stop it! It's consensual."
Oh my god.
So we get Nick is trapped outside with Jess and Paul now because she comes out and he's like, I accidentally told. Oh yeah, he's like, we're just talking about guy stuff.
Yeah.
And then Justin Long's like, yeah, we're talking about how jazz music moves us. and Nick's like, that is a lie.
That is-
So then he tries to leave and he gets trapped, and that's when he's like, this is my nightmare.
He literally said that. Too.
It's my nightmare.
Meanwhile, Schmidt decides to stand up to his boss. So he eventually does say like, and she's like, I can't believe it took you like this long to stand up to me. But she's like, no more sexy Easter Bunny, no more sexy MLK. And he's like, I can never get the voice right.
I felt like I didn't have the
But he
authority.
says like, I killed Santa or something like that, and the kid hears him and goes screaming.
oh, yep.
So Winston and the mom, of course, are now looking for the kid. Winston will find him. So back outside, Paul dumps Jess now. He's like, she's like, we just got to slow it down. He's like, nope, I can't do that.
Yep.
Nope. And so now he has dumped Jess.
Yeah.
Winston finds the kid, and they have their little pep talk.
Mm-hmm.
And mom comes out, and he's like, okay, thanks. And then he goes, all right, bye, LeBron. And he's like,
He gets like mad for a
all
second.
right,
And he's like,
I'll take LeBron.
no, never mind. I'll take it.
Yeah. And
I'll
then the
take
mom is like, hey, you actually get along with him really well. Like, I'll pay you money to do this.
it. Yeah.
I'll pay you a lot of money.
Whatever you're thinking, like, no, add like a lot of money to that. I will pay you to do this. So he may have found a job, which he wanted to find going into this.
Yep.
So they're all in the car leaving now, and everyone's sad because they're all, except for Winston's sort of not.
Yeah.
But Nick, who's driving to get to the airport because he's got to make his 4 a.m. flight, is the one who decides, like, no, we got to go to Candy Cane Lane because to like pep Jess up, and he's like, this is my present for you. And he gets out and he goes and knocks on a door at 2 a.m. to be like, turn your lights on. You guys want to show off all the time. Well, you got an audience. Come. And they're just running around the neighborhood screaming at 2 a.m.
Yep.
And for some reason, not only this one person, but all of the houses turn the lights on.
Yeah.
Which would never happen. But I do like at the end where one guy goes, now shut up or I'm calling the cops.
All right, we did it.
But they have their fun little Christmas moment when everyone turns their lights on for Jess.
This show has had so many guest stars. It's insane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It has, like, I'm going down the list of people who are in one episode. It has, hold on. Dimitri Martin was in an episode.
Oh, he's funny.
Comic. J.J. Watt, football player, was in an episode.
I feel like I might have seen
Jack
that.
McBrayer was in an episode.
Of course.
Jessica Biel.
Okay.
Oh, Jack McBrair's from 30 Rock.
yeah.
Kenneth.
Yep.
He has one episode, I feel like, in every show. Like, he shows up in
Andy
Big
Sam-
Bang Theory, I think.
Andy Samberg's in the show as Jake Peralta.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They had a crossover.
They had like
And-
weird. Taylor Swift is in this. Has been in this. show.
He tries to take Jess's car, and she goes, if you're a cop, name one law. Don't murder people. She goes, okay, I set the bar too low on that.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in an episode.
Prince, I know, was in one.
Prince was in an episode.
Yeah, I remember
Really?
seeing that. Yeah, it's a good one,
so
too.
many,
CC plays ping pong against Prince.
so many people were in this show. Insane. Go ahead.
And it's like as Prince. Like, they go to a party at
Yeah,
his
he's
house
Prince.
or something. And at the end of it, CC, like, plays him in ping pong. So we then watched, that was Christmas. Now we watched the Valentine's Day episode.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, the last appearance of the superstar Stephen Amell.
Yes, but a much better appearance this time.
So we jump right into Valentine's Day. Nick is being gross with his girlfriend. And Jess is like, oh, couples are so gross. And she basically says, like, this is my first single Valentine's Day in years. So she's trying to get Schmidt to go out with her. She's like, you and me are going to get some strange.
She's so fucking awkward.
It's so awkward. and
Well, yeah,
Schmidt
that's her deal.
hates it.
But he's like, I actually don't go out on Valentine's Day. It's too easy. It's not fair for them.
Ah!
But she goes, I need you to come out. I'm feeling very twirly. It's like,
Was that horny?
It's like, I got the twirls. Which actually, I kind of like that. That's funny to me. And then we find out that Winston's going to go on his first date. And he says, no, it's not a first date. We've hooked up a while. Like, but I like her, so we're supposed to hang out tonight. And Schmidt is trying to be like the brains of the operation. It's like, this is a terrible idea. Like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he explains, what was the movie? Where he's like, you'll end up watching this movie.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
complicated.
yeah.
It's not complicated. It's white people redecorating their kitchen. Which I've never seen it, but I imagine that's a fun take on it. So then we get Cece hanging out with Jess, and she's like, I'm ready to do it. I'm going to go have like a one-night stand. And she's like, you don't have one-night stands. She goes,
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to.
you
do
like catch feelings for a shoe on the side of the road. She's like, a single shoe? Aww.
I hate when that happens.
And then she basically says, like, well, I can't just leave you alone right now. So I'm going to make Kyle and I are going to come out with you
Yeah.
to, like, see this through. And then I laughed a lot because Jess is awkwardly spraying perfume, and then like thrusting her hips at it. And Cece looks at her and goes, what? I don't know who's going to be smelling what tonight.
Oh, boy.
We then go back to Nick, who's going to his girlfriend's office because they're going to have a real, actual Valentine's Day date, even though they both say they never care about Valentine's Day.
Which this is the second episode she's in.
Is it?
Yeah. Because the episode
She's
before...
in a lot of stuff, too.
She is. She was...
Lizzie Kaplan. And
she's the... From Mean Girl, she was the super emo girl.
Oh, yeah, she was.
She was in Freaks and Geeks. She's in so much stuff. She's
in
great.
everything.
Yeah.
She's great. My favorite thing she was in was the catering show there. What was that called? That was on Stars.
Waiting.
No.
Still waiting?
I was going to guess.
What the hell was the name of that show?
You'll come up with it.
I'll say it in a minute.
So he shows up at her office to pick her up for the big date, and her intern greets him. And the intern is a dude that's in
Clark
stuff.
Duke.
Clark Duke, thank you.
He's... I do like him.
But he basically is like, hey, like, you're a delivery guy or whatever. And he's like, And he's like, basically, like, brings him to the office. And he's like, I would hit that. Like, she's old, but, like...
I would definitely.
I would take her to Pound Town.
Yeah. And Nick's just like, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, boy.
And she basically says, like, she gives him a pair of heart boxers.
Yep.
And then she's like, but also I got to work like another 45 minutes or an hour. So he's kind of bummed, but he's like, all right, whatever, like, do it.
Lizzie Kaplan's in Cloverfield, Hot Tub Time Machine 1, Mean Girls, Now You See Me.
Who's she in Hot Tub Time Machine?
She's the girlfriend of
I don't know.
the main guy.
I only saw
Cusack's
that
girlfriend?
one.
Cusack's girlfriend. Masters of Sex. She's the main character in Masters of Sex. She was in The League.
Oh, she was
4 or
in the
5
League, right.
episodes of The League. Rebecca Ruxin.
Who's she in?
She's his... No.
Who's
She
Ruxin?
is Ruxin's sister.
Yeah.
It's Andre's sister, who's Sarah Silverman.
Yes.
Children's Hospital. She was a bunch of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's never...
Party Down is the catering show I'm thinking of, which I enjoyed immensely.
Never saw it.
You should watch it. It's fun. It's funny.
So we flash to Winston, who shows up to his lady's house. She invites him in. She's like, oh, yeah, we're almost out of wine. And it's her and her girlfriend's, like, having a girls' night.
Yep.
And one of them is like, oh, he looks like a player. And then, like, fixes her glasses and goes, never mind. And the other one's just mad that a guy is there. They're out at the bar now, and Jess is trying to find a guy. Cece shows up without Kyle. She's like, he said he's got a special treat for me later. Schmidt's like, it's his penis. I don't...
Yeah, like, why are you surprised? Like,
Yeah.
how do you not see this coming? It's his penis.
Jess is, like, trying to pick up guys. She's like, he's from Oregon. I'm from Oregon. And they're like, nope, this will not work. And they, like,
Nope,
wave him
nope,
away. Like,
nope,
Schmidt
nope.
waves him away. It's like, you can have no connection at all
Yeah.
if this is going to work. So then she goes up and tries to hit on another guy she says, can I have your cherry?
Oh, God.
And then she chokes on a cherry after she, like, claws it out of his glass.
Have you ever seen that in action?
No.
So that was like a rumor, but not a rumor, but like a thing back in the day. Like, oh, if somebody can tie the cherry in a
I know one person who could do it.
Who could do it?
Really?
Bill Claremont, the father.
Oh,
Jesus.
Big Bill Claremont.
Big
could do it.
Bill?
Oh, yeah.
He could tie a cherry with his tongue?
Sure can.
Wow. That was supposed to be like a sign that
They're good at
they
oral.
were good at doing stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but okay. Never
Lucky
saw it in
Mrs.
action.
Claremont, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Big Bill.
Yeah.
He had many, many talents.
He did. Still does.
Still does. I just drove by his house. He was sitting on the porch smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
As I was talking to him, it's rare you have that happen where you're like telling a story about somebody and you drive by their house and they're standing right there and you're like,
Oh,
that's
that's
him. That's the person I'm
That's
talking
the
about.
legend.
That's him. That just happened to me
Yep.
with Big Bill. He was actually tying a cherry in a knot. It's weird. It was weird. It was really.
He can do it.
He's still doing it.
So Jess, as she's choking, she's saved by a guy named Oliver, and they like connect sort of.
He's a hot dude who's dumb.
Yep. Kyle then shows up on mushrooms. It's like, I already ate 3 on a pizza, and so he's clearly no longer sober.
Yeah.
So Jess comes over and she's like, we have nothing in common. He told me what he had for lunch every day this week. 3 of them were tacos. And he comes over and he's clearly just a big dummy.
He's a dumbo.
And she's like, I have no connection at all. This is going to be great. She's like, I have no connection at all, but I'm going to eat lunch off of that butt. And then she pulls out her pack of 100 condoms.
Oh my god!
Yes.
And Schmidt's like, at best, you need 3 of them.
And that's if he has a lot of salmon. Or something.
Yes.
That depends on how much salmon he's had. He's like, that's very intimidating.
100 condoms.
He's like, is there a handle for that? So he's like, all right, my work here is done. She's like, not quite. He doesn't have a car, and I came here with you, so Schmidt has to drive them home for their date.
Yes.
We then go back to the office, and it's just Nick's girlfriend yelling on the phone at some Asian man,
Wang.
being very mean to him. And Nick is bonding with the intern.
too,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Racist.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And he's starting to bond and tell weird stories, and then he tries to ask him questions about how he's like, is sex with her gentle or not gentle? And he's like, I will pretend that you didn't ask me that.
He's way too nice to Clark, too.
Yes.
Way too nice.
Yeah. And then eventually he's like, I'm just feeling so romantic. So, and then he compliments him and calls him handsome or something and pours him champagne. He's like, so now you're stuck with it. He's like, yeah, give it to me. I'm liking it.
This is one of the nerdy kids from The Office who becomes the intern at in the later seasons.
Yes.
He's also on Greek.
And Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, he's a funny kid.
Yep. We then we go to Jess's date, and Schmidt is on the couch watching a movie with him.
All 3 of them are together. So funny.
Just why are you here? It's I drove you here. How are you going to get home? And she's like, I will take a cab. He's like, there are so many youths in this neighborhood.
Street youths out there.
Youths.
That's one of my favorite things that he says in the entire series is the way he says youths.
Yes.
Youths.
Instead of saying kids, he says youths.
So she's meanwhile texting Cece to be like, he's still here. So we go to Cece on the park on the phone, and this is the line of the series.
Yes. Stephen Amell.
Because she had earlier said he's on mushrooms, so he's going to get real handsy and kind of racist. So we see him on a tire swing, just swinging, going woo, and then he just exclaims, "I love brown people!" And she's like, "That is racist." I guess if you're going to be racist, that's the nicest way to do it.
Oh boy.
So we go back, and she's kicking him out. She's like, "You need to go," and then he has to leave because he gets in a fight with Oliver about whether the apes in Planet of the Apes are apes or monkeys, or if it even matters. So he goes to leave, and the street youths have taken the tires off the wheels off his car.
Youths.
And then as he's there, the girlfriend, Oliver's ex-girlfriend, shows up and is like, "Oh yeah, we broke up last week, but she doesn't have a job, so she still has to live here."
And they still live together.
Then we go back to the office, and Nick starts telling us the intern's like, "So how did you quit law school so far?" And he's like, "Oh, it was weird. I got broken up with. It got weird. I ended up in Mexico trying to enter a cockfight." And he's like,
As a human?
Wait,
"As a human?" He's like, "Yep."
Yes, me.
This is such a good flashback.
Yeah.
Of him being afraid of the chickens?
Let me out of here. And then he lays down. He's talking. It's been a tough couple of weeks there.
And basically he's like, "Yeah." And so he's like, "Wow, you got such a cool story." He's like, "Yeah, because I decided I want to do anything but work for other people." He's like, the end of the story though is now I work for other people every day.
Yeah.
So the intern quits and destroys the office and is like, just gonna drive till I see the sun, and I want to spend time with my birds.
I'm finally going to get to spend that time with my birds. So now he's completely fucked it over because the intern was supposed to do all the work she had set up, so now he quits, so she has to do everything.
She has to stay. She's like, "Just go home. I'll call you tomorrow." We go back to the house, and now the girlfriend is there, and they're arguing. And she's sitting in the other room just eating tacos, of course.
Crunching while they're trying to
She
make
can't
out.
eat tacos all night because I already ate most of the tacos.
I love this part, though, when they come in.
Yeah.
And they're they can't find Schmidt, but he's hiding he's in the room already. And he's like, "No, I'm up here." I've actually been here for hours.
Back through the window.
Yeah.
Cece and
like
Kyle
waiting.
show up, and Kyle's just like, "Did I pee myself?" And they're like, "No." And then the girlfriend's like, "I think you peed yourself." And she's like, "See,
I told you I peed myself. I peed myself. He gets super happy about it.
And then, so the girlfriend, to make Oliver jealous, comes over and starts to make out with him. And Cece like grabs, like, "No, you're gonna sleep with me tonight." And then she gets into a fight with
A fist fight with the girl,
With the
that guy,
ex-girlfriend.
Oliver's ex-girlfriend.
Yep.
over her boyfriend, and eventually Schmidt just picks her up and carries her out, basically.
And then Jess throws like a stick outside, and
yeah,
Kyle follows.
Kyle, go get it. And he does.
So she can get out.
Yep. We then see how much Nick's girlfriend sucks and like kicks him out. We find out that Winston's girl is getting revenge on him, and she's like, "Yeah, remember like years ago on Valentine's Day you said you're going to call and you never did?" And he clearly has no idea what she's talking about.
Because they used to hook up before he went and played ball in Latvia.
Oh.
Yes.
And then he came back, and they had a date where all he did was try to be a big shot who played in Latvia and didn't ask her anything, and so she got mad at that. So now she's putting him through the ringer.
In his phone, he did not put her full
Oh,
name
yeah.
because she was just a hookup, so it was like half of her name.
It was Shreddy because he was too drunk to type Shelby, I think.
Yeah.
Shreddy.
But she basically says like, "You've earned a second chance," so his night ends well. Nick fixes up the office, and his girlfriend loves it. But then she's like, "You did this all wrong." He's like, "Oh, I know I did it wrong." But so they're at least happy with one another.
Yeah.
And we go back to the apartment, and Nick and Schmidt are finally home. And he like gives her a pep talk. And he's like, "This isn't what you actually wanted, anyways. Like, don't hook up with some stranger. It'll happen sometime. Like, don't overthink it." And so he goes into his room, and she grabs her box of condoms and like runs over, like maybe Schmidt's the guy, basically. And she's standing outside his room when Nick comes home and scares her, and she turns around and just dumps condoms all over.
Drops
What is happening?
100 pack of condoms.
Which Schmidt? She's like, no. He's like, also, why so many condoms? You need 2 at most.
You only need 1. 2 at the very most.
Drags her away, and then we get a fun scene at the end where she calls Cece, and she's like, "You won't even believe it. You cannot tell anyone ever, but last night I almost hooked up with Schmidt. Can you even believe it?" And then we see her lying next to Schmidt.
Yep.
Who actually, would they show them like earlier, and he says something, he's like, "You need to shut up. If we get caught, I'm going to say you forced me, and it's your word versus mine," or something like that.
You drugged me.
You drugged me, and it's your word versus mine. It's like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Good one.
It's all very funny.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to continue watching it. I didn't want to forget what happened.
I forgot how much I enjoyed.
It's a great.
Yeah, I had only ever seen random episodes, but they're always funny.
I forget where I dropped off.
I actually want to learn that drinking game that they play.
I looked into that years
God,
ago.
the one
There
where-
are no actual rules. Like, people have made them up.
Oh, okay.
But in the show, there's not like a set thing.
It's,
like it's just a TV trope.
What's it called?
There- you can-
American drinking game or
Yeah,
something?
Great
yes.
Heroes or something like
American
that.
drinking game.
Great Americans, I think.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can, like, people have made up rules. You can find versions of the game, but on the show, they never actually specify the rules, other than like hot lava, and at one point you have to like go stand behind a wall or something.
They have to stand on furniture and like they have to give monologues as heroes, right?
Yeah, and
Is
like
that part of
if
it?
you guess it, you get to move forward.
Yeah, like they show that they're playing a game, but they never actually specify the rules.
The rules, yeah.
There are
Those
people who have like filled them in,
Yeah,
but yeah, there's not actual official rules.
those are great episodes.
They're very funny episodes.
All right, Wally, top 5.
Top 5 new girl characters.
Okay.
Oh, a
Yep.
tie-in.
So
You're up
Jess
to,
is number 1.
Are you up
Number-
to 50% now?
Number 5 is Coach.
No, 44 maybe. Coach. Okay.
Number 4 is Cece.
Yeah, she's good.
Number 3 is Winston.
Sure.
Number 2 is Nick.
Oh,
And
Number
number
2
1
is Nick.
is Schmidt.
I would have thought you'd switch those two. But
I did until just recently when I remembered how many funny things Schmidt says
he
throughout
does
the
say
series.
many
he does say a lot of things.
There's one time where they're doing the douchebag jar. Like,
Yeah,
they're
that's-
ju-
yep.
where it's
Yep.
just like him
And
coming
he-
in and saying a bunch of different things.
Yes.
And it's, where are my driving moccasins?
Every time he says something douchey, he has to put money in the douche.
Yeah, I
bag
haven't
jar.
seen those episodes. I've seen the ones where he gets married later.
Yeah, to
Some of
to
those.
CC.
To CC, yeah.
Oh, he gets married to Cece? I didn't
Yep.
even know that happened. I saw
Sorry, spoiler.
up to where they break up, but he's still invited to her wedding, and it's super awkward. And she's marrying some random
Oh, maybe
dude.
that's what I saw then. Maybe he was breaking up her wedding.
She's
I thought they got married.
getting married to like an arranged marriage. Like her parents want her to be married to some
You're both
She's
correct.
Indian, yeah.
You're
other
both
family,
correct.
and
You're both correct.
he shows up to like stop
He,
it.
he
but
does.
I would say
Can't
I keep
remember what
watching it,
happens
but I
there.
feel like I won't be able to duck in and out. Either have to watch it all or not.
Yeah.
So I probably won't start it for fear of never getting through it.
I'm gonna
I
restart
watched
from
an-
number one and go.
I watched
see if I can-
How
until
many
Megan
seasons?
Fox was in it.
Oh, she's in it?
Because she came in for like a season while
She was in
Zoe
like a-
Deschanel was filming something
that's
else.
right. That's right.
She was
How many
in
seasons
for
total?
like a whole season.
Like 7?
It went all the way to 2018.
Because I did at one point rewatch Community, which was fun.
Yeah, which it was also like disjointed.
But it was
Oh,
but it was
Jesus.
6 seasons, and that felt like a lot.
Yeah. They should have stopped after 4.
But I will say, for as
Worse.
much as everyone dumped on the last 2 seasons, they were still funny. They weren't as good, but they were still funny.
There are 7 seasons of New Girl.
Okay, so probably not.
I'm gonna go back in.
Maybe if
See if I
maybe
can get-
after I finish a Shield, but even that feels a long way
I'm
off.
going back in. I enjoy New Girl. I gotta finish it up.
It's very
I definitely didn't finish it. I have no idea where I ended up.
No,
Season
neither.
5 maybe.
If I was gonna do it, I'd start at 1.
What happened was I feel like I had a lot of shows on my DVR, and when I moved and I canceled cable, I just stopped watching
Yeah.
all of them. And I think New Girl.
You
was one of
talked
those.
about a show with Mike recently, Wally,
Okay.
who?
a Marvel thing. The Ghost.
What If.
What if?
Seance.
What If.
Yes. There's a new show on NBC maybe called like something similar. Imagine If or something where it's about a guy who like all the different things that could have happened in his life.
Oh, I think I did see a
I've seen ads for it. I don't know.
yeah, an ad for it, but
And for a second, I thought you and Mike were both very excited about an NBC primetime drama. And I was like, how old did we
There's
just
no,
get?
there's no way. We are old. We talked about
Yeah,
taxes during our
We
draft.
talked about kids and taxes,
taxes. A lot of tax talk. All right, quick hitters.
but also still plenty of penises.
a lot of penises.
not enough penises.
Never
Wow.
enough penis.
Never enough. A couple of quick hitters here before we get out of here. NXT changed their logo to a weird splatter paint logo that looks a lot like the AW stuff.
It doesn't make any sense. But
Nope.
they're actively trying to kill NXT, and they're going to do it.
They're working on
They're
it.
gonna do it.
NWA had an all-women's pay-per-view, and NWA73 had a nice weekend, but ended up with Trevor Murdoch as their
Murdo
NWA.
is the champ?
He is the champ. Murdo is the new NWA champ. He beat Nick Aldis.
Wow.
No, he was Trevor. Trevor and Murdo. He was Trevor.
He's Chester.
Chester and Murdo. Yeah, Chester.
Yeah.
Chester is the champ, huh?
Trevor and Murdoch. Wait, no.
Chester and Murdo.
Yeah, I'm even confused. There was another guy and Murdoch.
Lance Cade was his
Cade
actual
and
name.
Murdoch. And you called Cade Murdo,
Murdo.
and Murdoch Chester.
Yes, that's correct.
For-
Chester and
Back
Murdo.
in the day.
Yes, that's correct.
Those guys, Chester and Murdo. That was a long-standing joke back in the 2000s.
I guess good for him.
Early 2000s?
But also, let's be honest, bad for NWA if he's the best you got.
Very weird.
Because
Yeah.
Nick Aldis is no longer there, I assume.
He's there still. I assume he will never leave.
Then
He
why
lost-
would they ever take the belt off of him?
Because he had it for 1,000 days and they needed some kind of change.
He better
Ordinary
win it
Joe.
back.
Ordinary Joe. I think that's the show that
Yes.
you were thinking of,
I don't know, maybe, yes.
where he lives different parts of his life. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I thought that's what you and Mike were getting excited about.
No.
What is happening?
Awesome Kong retired. She had recently
Okay.
not been in AEW, and she came out and retired with Gail Kim.
That's nice, I suppose. I mean, she's been around a while.
Yep. Paige recently said a couple days ago she thinks she's coming back. to
I mean-
wrestling.
Interesting.
I hope so.
Every other wrestler that has injured their neck has found out if they talk to doctors that
Yeah.
are not employed by WWE, there is a way back into the sport.
Yeah, so she may come back, which
So,
is
and
nice.
she's what, like 28? Like, she's still
She is
young.
so young.
She's still with somebody?
No longer with
Like,
that guy.
she.
Alberto.
So you're saying I have a chance?
No.
No, she's-
Absolutely not.
No. No. She's dating some.
Alberto has a better chance than you do. I'm not even trying to be a jerk. I'm just being honest. You have a better chance than I do.
Okay, all right,
All
thank
right,
you.
all right,
There we go.
All right, all right.
I'll take
Iconics,
that.
you said it earlier. The Iconics have a return tour where they're going to be together, and they're called like the Corporation, I think is what it is.
With 2 eyes, of
With
course.
2 eyes. So, good.
Was the Iconics their name before going to WWE? What, like, were they together before
No,
WWE?
I think they
No?
were friends, but they
What's-
became the Iconic duo.
They became the Iconics in NXT.
Okay.
But the weirdest thing ever, they were friends in high school
Oh, okay.
in Australia,
Yeah.
who both separately got signed to WWE.
Oh.
And then, like,
Became friends again, obvious. Yeah.
I think they were still friends, but they, like, reconnected and basically, like, were
Best
a
friends
team.
again, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember because when they were the Iconic duo and they would do all weird things where they would point at each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody who wrote for Uprocks wrote an article that basically.
Uprocks doesn't exist anymore.
Wow. But I used to read them all the time. I haven't read them
Yeah.
in years.
That guy, whoever ran Uprocks, got speaking doubt
Yeah.
outed, and he's done, and the website's done.
But basically, I don't remember if it was somebody within the LGBTQ community wrote an article that said, like, they're telling a love story. Like, everyone thinks it's funny, and it is, but, like, this is like a couple. Like, and it's clear to me, as part of this community, that this is the story they're telling. And I think Peyton Royce, one of them, like, liked it or something, was like, oh, thank, or, like, might have even said, like, thanks or something like that. Like, so they're, like, clearly just not, like, an actual couple, but super
Yeah,
tight. And,
yeah.
like, and I guess they said when they, like, because WWE, of course, broke them up, because why ever keep a good thing?
Right.
When they left, I guess they said to whoever they talked to, like, we are a pair.
Yeah.
Like, you can't sign one of us. So,
Good.
yeah.
This is weird. It's a weird story. Maybe you can make sense of it since you're a
Probably.
luchador person, Bill.
Probably not, considering how you word this.
Word it weird, but
Okay.
Go ahead. Explain.
Mystico,
Yep.
wrestler Mystico,
Yep.
left CMLL.
Yep.
Top guy Mystico left CMLL.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then they re-signed and brought back in Mystico.
Okay.
So,
Same guy, or
Mystico,
The character.
the guy, originally was Sin Cara.
Yes.
Went to WWE, became Sin Cara.
Became Sin Cara.
Botch Cara, the guy.
Yeah. Who is a very good wrestler, but he did look bad.
He
for a
was
while.
terrible in WWE for whatever reason. He gets fired, goes back to, which they also. Hold on, we'll get there. Sin Cara gets fired, goes back to Mexico,
Yep.
but can't be Mystico because he left the character in CMLL. So they made a new guy Mystico.
oh,
So he had to be something else.
Yep.
So
And
this
then-
new Mystico leaves CMLL.
So new Mystico leaves, so old Mystico can come back
so
in and be
Sin Cara
Mystico.
becomes Mystico
Yeah.
again. Oh,
But
okay.
then somebody replaced Sin Cara, right? Wasn't Sin Cara
I think Sin Cara was
Released-
just a WWE product.
right?
Oh, but somebody did become new Sin
released,
Cara,
and
yeah.
then somebody became new Sin Cara
Yeah,
after
I don't know
that.
if it was one of the clones,
And then
but somebody did. Yeah.
That Sin Cara was also released.
Of course.
Lord.
Yeah. But let me make sense of this for you real quickly.
Okay, please do.
La Parka.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. La Parka, L.A. Park.
Yeah.
This is a real La Parka, L.A. Park situation.
Yep.
Do you think he had a problem with the four-sided ring? Because doesn't CML? Oh no, AAA uses the
What I
the
think it
weird
was-
six-sided ring.
It was the ropes that are different, I think, is what
Okay.
he said screwed him up.
The ropes are in.
Because in WWE
are
they
too
use
loose.
actual ropes.
Okay.
Pretty much everywhere else in the world uses cables.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so he would try to like run the ropes and do all the weird stuff he would do, and kept like
giving
slipping
way.
and falling and like looking dumb.
I
Because
see.
he couldn't.
Because also when you like fall off the ropes when no one touches you, you
You
just
look
look
stupid.
dumb.
Yep.
Yeah. You look real stupid. So, Mystico leaves CMLL, but Mystico comes back and becomes Mystico.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. It makes
Makes sense.
sense to me.
Review.
Mexican, so
Next
yeah.
week's review. Next week's review.
Just kidding. I'm not.
You're not. Next week's review is me. And I really want to make us watch actual pro wrestling, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
So we're going to watch Heels episode 2.
Okay. Can do.
Okay.
The Dusty Finish.
Well, you've seen it already.
You already
I
seen
have.
it, so you don't
I
have to
saw
worry
it.
about it.
I'm gonna watch it again because I don't remember really
Because you're a
what
wrestling
happened.
fan.
He is
And
a-
see if
yeah.
it's better the second time around.
Heels episode 2.
Second time around.
That's step by step. Things come by.
For a second, I was trying to think of like the song that you were singing. No,
Step by step.
you're singing step.
No,
step.
Yes.
step by step
Yes.
theme song.
Yep.
Okay, that's it.
Watch New Girl.
Watch New Girl. It's good.
Yep.
Don't watch Heels, or do watch Heels, and then let
Don't
us know
watch
what you
wrestling.
think. Don't say that.
World Cup qualifiers start on Thursday. 10:05 USA versus El Salvador. Just
On
watch
when?
that. Thursday.
That's weird because I was canceling Peacock on Wednesday.
Oh,
That's fine.
That's not on there?
US games are usually on Fox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's good. You
Which
know,
I don't
alright.
have, so I don't watch the games illegally.
Oh, all right. That's it. Peace out.
See ya.